Om Shanti. Good morning, Diamond Morning. Baba's Murli today is the 21st of June, 2023. In the essence, Baba says, sweet children, you clouds come to the Father, the ocean of knowledge, to meet him personally and to fill yourselves. You do not come here to go on a pilgrimage or for the fresh mountain air. Question. Whilst living at home with your family, what method should you move along with so that you become ever healthy? Answer. In order to become ever healthy, always say, Baba, Baba. I want to eat with only you. I want to go around with only you. Hand over everything to the Father with your intellect. Have the consciousness that you are being sustained by Shiv Baba's sustenance. Have no attachment to anything. Offer everything to him and eat according to his orders. And everything will become pure and you will become ever healthy. And the song, the resident of the faraway land has come into the foreign land. Om Shanti. Your daughters come here to meet the one who resides in the faraway land. Your daughters do not come here to go on a pilgrimage or for the fresh mountain air. People go to the mountains for fresh air, but you children come here to meet the mother and father. You know that the mother and father who resides in the faraway land has come into this foreign land. Why does he come? To create heaven. Children come from very far away, from different villages to meet him. They will also come from abroad. For what? It is not to see anything. Souls, that is, human souls, come to meet the mother and father. The mother and father is the resident of the faraway land. In front of whom are you sitting? You are sitting in front of the mother and father, from whom you will receive the happiness of heaven. However, you will only receive that by following his directions. This is why Srimad is praised so much. God's versions, Srimad, have been remembered. The Srimad of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankar is not remembered. The mother and father, whose praise is sung, is the highest of all. They invoke the creator of the world, the mother and father. Come, they say like this, come into this dirty, impure world and purify us. He has now come into this foreign land. You are sitting in this foreign land. Baba says, this is Ravan's land. Akasur, Bakasur, Putna, Sapnaka, Hirakashapur, etc. Names of devils are all names of human beings in this world. There is no other form of devils. Deities neither have any other form, nor do they have 4 arms. Just as these are human beings, so the deities are also human beings. But they take rebirth in that pure land. The golden and silver ages are like God's home. When you go to heaven, you go to your home. You are now in a foreign home, in Ravan's home. Therefore, the Father comes and liberates you from Ravan's home. For half a cycle, you have been taking rebirth in the land of Maya. In the golden and silver ages, it used to be the kingdom of Rama, the kingdom of God, because it was established by God. For half a cycle you took rebirth there. Then, for half a cycle you took rebirth in Ravan's kingdom. You children understand who it is you are now sitting in front of. That one is the teacher as well as the Satguru. You mothers are also teachers, and you are Satgurus as well. You also teach in order to change human beings into deities. From the devilish community, you are now becoming those who belong to the divine community. The Father is present in this chariot in order to change you from thorns into flowers. That one goes to meet the children in other countries as well, because he is the living ocean of knowledge. He is not a non-living ocean who would drown anyone. No, that one is living. It has been remembered that the souls and the Supreme Soul were separated for a long time. Therefore, God comes here, and souls also come here to meet him. Children come from all directions. The Father also tours around. Devotees have built temples everywhere. They create non-living images of Christ, but he is a bodily being. Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankar are also bodily beings. God is the highest of them all. He doesn't have a body of his own. Everyone calls him the Father, the Supreme Soul, God the Father. He doesn't have a physical or a subtle body, yet he definitely does come. How does he come? Everyone has forgotten this. It cannot be said that Shri Krishna is the purifier, or that God enters the body of Shri Krishna to purify the impure. Therefore, it is wrong to say that God, Shri Krishna, speaks. What would he create through Shri Krishna's mouth? Deities? No. Firstly, Brahmins are needed, and for that, Brahma is needed. Otherwise, what would Brahma's occupation be? Because Sri Krishna's name is used, Brahma's biography disappears. In the Golden Age, if the Golden Age were established through Sri Krishna, then Brahma's occupation would disappear. The children who come here understand, but those who don't understand think that this is just another satsang where we recite the Gita. You children understand who speaks here. It is the ocean of knowledge, the most beloved mother and father who speaks. How sweet and lovely he is. You cannot call any human being sweet because they are all very bitter and vicious. The Father is purifying them. Therefore, God is the highest on high. Below him, out of all the human beings who have been gone, who have been and gone, they are now all impure. Until the Father comes and purifies everyone, they all remain impure and unhappy. Human beings say that the Iron Age lasts for thousands of years. That is impossible. The great Mahabharat war, through which the gates to liberation and liberation in life will open, is standing ahead. Until then, no one can receive liberation or liberation in life. Everyone continues to wander around here. It is as though they are in a maze. They continue to stumble around and unable to find the exit. They want to go through the gates of liberation and liberation in life. When someone dies, they say that he has become a resident of heaven. However, this is hell. They can only go to heaven when the Father comes and teaches Raja Yoga. Only then can they claim the status of a king or subject. This is an income. People ask, what sort of income did so and so earn that he became so wealthy? Similarly, when and what sort of income did the deities of the Golden Age earn in order to become like that? Surely they must have earned it at the end of the Iron Age, because that is how they became deities in the Golden Age. You now understand that you are earning such an income that you will become the masters of heaven. You will definitely experience the results of that in heaven. You are now at the confluence of the Iron and the Golden Ages. They have made it a separate age. The Father explains the philosophy of karma, neutral karma, and sinful karma. He says, children, only perform the actions that I now teach you. This age cannot be called the Iron Age. No one knows about this confluence age. Even when the Golden Age changes into the Silver Age, no one at that time knows that they are passing through the confluence of the Golden and Silver Ages. It has been remembered later on that so and so used to rule in the Golden Age, and that so and so used to rule in the Silver Age. When the Copper Age began, the deities fell onto the path of sin. Only you know and understand all of these aspects. No one else has this knowledge. Only you study the history and the geography of the world. You have that aim and objective. Wherever there are Gita Pashalas in the world, they recite the Vedas and scriptures, but they don't have any aim and objective. Schools and colleges are called Pashalas, places of study. Those studies are at least sources of income. Through this study, you have the aim and objective of becoming pure and going to the land of liberation. Then, from there, you will go down to play your parts in the Golden Age. You know all about the parts you have played from the beginning of the Golden Age to the end of the Iron Age. You clouds have come here to fill yourselves in order to create your source of income for 21 births. This study is very elevated, and the one who teaches it is the one, God, the highest on high. All the rest are brothers and sisters. Brahma, Saraswati, Shankar, Parvati, and Vishnu are all his children. Children cannot receive an inheritance from children. An inheritance is received from a father. Whatever effort you make, you will receive an inheritance accordingly. Effort is very easy. Action. If you are unable to speak much knowledge, then acquire a small room of 3 feet of land and open a Gita Pashala. Put up a board that says, come and claim your inheritance for 21 birds from the Father. Put up a small board, write on it, to claim the kingdom of heaven for 21 birds is your godly birthright. By all means, come in and inquire. The one whom you call Mother and Father is definitely the Creator of heaven. Therefore, you would surely receive your inheritance of heaven from him. He says, constantly remember me and forget all others. Although you live with this one and see this one in front of you, your intellects should go up above. You receive Baba's orders so that you should place them on your heads. The Father issues an ordinance. Children, stop the business of drinking poison. He does not speak to anyone else. He only speaks to the children. None from outside can sit in this gathering until they have done the 7 days course. There is the story of how an angel brought an impure human being into the court of Indra and how she was punished. She was punished in that way of turning into a stone, as is said in the story. Back to the Murli. It is against the rules for anyone to sit here before he has been in a bhatti for 7 days and become clean. Yes, if an important person comes to meet you, and after listening to you, he wants to see the morning class, you can ask permission from the seniors to let him come. When you see that he is good and he wouldn't pick up wrong things, you can first explain a little to him and he can be given permission to come. Explain to everyone. This is our mother and father, through whom you receive the happiness of heaven. This is our father, teacher, and guru, all three. It is through you, Baba says, it is as though you have received 3 engines together. It is at this time that you meet all 3 at once. Outside, you meet them separately. Firstly, it is the father, and then the teacher, and then in old age, a guru is adopted. You are now being sustained. Baba is asking, who are you now being sustained by? Shiv Baba. Because you offer whatever you have to Shiv Baba. It is as though you're being sustained by Shiv Baba's treasure store. You donated everything you had to Shiv Baba. You are now being sustained from that. You receive very pure food. Elsewhere, it isn't possible for someone to give a donation and then be sustained from that. There, whoever receives a donation keeps it. Here, whatever you give to Shiv Baba, it is made very pure, and it is from that that you are sustained. The Father says, whilst living at home, have the consciousness that everything belongs to Baba. When you eat in this consciousness, it is as though you are eating from Shiv Baba's treasure store. You do not have attachment to it, but you consider it to belong to the Father. It has been given to you by the Father, and you have offered it to him. You eat according to his orders. Although you live at home, you eat from Shiv Baba's treasure store. You say, I will eat with only you. I will tour around with only you. By saying Baba, Baba, your yoga will remain linked to him. You will become ever healthy. This is the sanatorium to become healthy. People don't stay in those sanatoriums throughout their whole life. They stay there for a short time and then leave. You are sitting here and becoming ever healthy for 21 births. Why do you come here? In order to become ever healthy, ever wealthy, ever happy for half a cycle. You come here with this thought. You do not come here for fresh air or to go on a pilgrimage. You come here to meet Shiv Baba. The Father also comes into this foreign land and enters a foreign body. the Gita has been remembered. Baba says the Gita that has been remembered must be right in some aspects. They invoke the Father to come. Therefore, he surely has to come to purify the impure. Impure ones cannot go to him in the supreme abode to be purified. They cannot go there. Every devotee calls out, Baba, come. The Father says, I come in order to grant salvation and liberation to all. There is only the one Father who has mercy for all. What mercy does he have? He gives Srimad. Srimad is very famous. By following it, you will become elevated, that is, the masters of heaven. It all depends on how much you follow these directions. He doesn't give you any other difficulty, such as doing hatha yoga or stumbling to the pilgrimage places. Wherever you are, whether in America or the Philippines, you have to live at home with your family and remain like a lotus flower. There is the example of King Janak. Yours is Raja Yoga. Sannyasis say that the happiness of heaven is like the droppings of a crow. However, the Raja Yoga of Bharat is very famous. No one knows it. Only the ancient father can teach Raja Yoga. The Gita, the Vedas, and the scriptures, etc., are all the paraphernalia of the path of devotion. The tree has to grow fully, and later on, that same tree has to bear fruit. You have come to the mother and father in order to be refreshed, and you will come again and again because you experience pleasure in personally being in front of him. However, you cannot sit here forever. This is not the law. You definitely have to take care of your home and family. The study place will continue to grow a great deal. If these obstacles, etc., did not arise, it would grow so much. That is why obstacles come. How can 5,000 sit here together and study? That is why a limit is set, so that the Father can see them personally. He only sees souls. He does not see bodies. Those whom Baba looks at with his powerful vision even forget their bodies because he is the magnet. It is as though they become unconscious. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bapdada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for dharana. In order to reach the highest destination, you received 3 engines in the form of the Father, the teacher, and the Guru. Constantly move forward in this consciousness. Second point, let your intellect remain aware that you have handed over everything to the Father and that you are being sustained by him. Remove all your bitterness of impurity and become very sweet and pure. Baba's blessing for today. May you constantly have zeal and enthusiasm, and from the fullness of your experiences, become a master, almighty authority. Experience the greatness. Experience is the greatest authority of all. Become full of the experience of every virtue, every power, and every point of knowledge. And the sheen of zeal and enthusiasm will then be constantly visible on your face. Now, together with listening and speaking, play a special part of being an image of experience. Those who have the authority of experience will experience themselves to be constantly full. Just as a seed is full, in the same way, because of being full of knowledge, virtues, and powers, you will become a master, almighty authority. And the slogan for today, Amrit Vela is the time for receiving special sustenance from God. Know the importance of this time and take full benefit of it. Amrit Vela is the time for receiving special sustenance from God. Know the importance of this time and take full benefit of it. Om Shanti. Do have a very powerful day in Baba's sweet remembrance.